I will. We're kind of like narrowing it down right now, so I'll let you know. So Hammer Records. Yo, should I call you Hammer Records, by the way? What is your name? I have your site here. Let's have a look. About us. Our team. You're Vancouver-based. Did I not know that? I feel like I didn't know that. I feel like I didn't know your name yet or anything. But anyways, James. Okay, James. Got it. Our team. Ah, perhaps they'll have names. Just saying you're not Rose. Okay, James Weeks. All right, James Weeks. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to jump back into Hammer Records' comment here. James says, so excited. Everyone else has such fantastic looking stuff, and I'm just stepping my foot in the game soundtrack world. We are normally a production and promotions company for music videos and photography and other services. Oh, cool. So you're like kind of just stepping into games now. Awesome. Well, perhaps we can help guide your way. Yo, the new Power logo is covered. Oh my god. I probably have no easy way of showing this to you, but let me see here. If I can do this semi-easily. Oh man, this is we'll see here if I can do this without too much trouble. Thanks for the various retweets, by the way, on that tweet that we're live. Thank you. Okay, so mentions. I'll just scroll down. I'm sure it'll be here. Here it is. Yeah, sure. Oh no, it's not. It's not even my thread. Okay, screw it. It's fine. Basically, a bunch of game audio folks are like doing a wonderful job of redesigning our logo. I use the word "wonderful" very liberally. Oh man, there's some hurting logos in there. It's just painful. And it wasn't just from game audio; it was from across the board. I mean, of course, we say, "Hey, we're thinking about doing some rebranding," and naturally, we get like 40 people saying, "I got you," and just send us complete nonsense. That was a fun day. It was fun. Anyway, oh, sorry about that. So let's go ahead and look at Hammer Records. Yes, I'll turn this down a lot or entirely. Good tunes though. First name MC, last name Hammer. With a face like that, whoa, highlights up. Let's go to the homepage. Yeah. Oh, that was my video again. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'll crank this guy up. 9 minutes. What's happening with this? I can't change the volume. Is it because it's embedded? Is it a zooming thing? What's going on? What is going on, man? I can't touch the. I can't grab it. It's flowing away. What if I crank it over here and then reload the page? Will it remember what my setting was? Oh, what's up? Okay, we're solving problems. Strange. Okay, so right away, man, maybe, yeah, that video was autoplay. Autoplay on sites is generally just bad etiquette in general, just to start off. But before we start off, I know you've been chilling here a bit, James, as far as what we do on Real Talk and such. But for those of you in the crowd who might be new or might want a refresher, I'll just jump through what we're looking for real fast, okay? So, excuse me. So, here it is, criteria. All right, I feel like I'm really low on the camera here too. What's going on? There we go. Better. Okay, so criteria. We're looking here. The presentation is first. Presentation is kind of the whole site, just how you are presenting yourself on the internet. And that goes for your demo reel and your information about yourself and your portfolio and just the overall design of your page, just everything you're saying about you, basically. So, anyways, the material selection, we look at the kinds of things in your reel and what that says about perhaps your skill sets, or rather what it's conveying to others who might not know you about your skill sets and what you have to offer. Because sometimes people put on kind of just whatever and don't think about what that actually means when somebody who's ignorant to you comes in the scene and has a look. They will be drawing conclusions from your work, and we'll try and tell you what those conclusions might be. Content quality is just, is this good? Is it up to the standard of awesome in the industry? And if not, we'll try and let you know how you can make some tweaks and hopefully get close to that standard, if not surpass it. And then distinction is, are you standing out in the industry? Because there's a whole lot of people who want the same job you do, or same jobs you do. And if you aren't standing out and you aren't being exceptional, not just good, but exceptional in some way, then there might be problems, you know? I mean, hell, was it, like, and the thing is, distinction can be anything. It doesn't need to be like you are extremely good at audio. It could be that, but it doesn't need to be that. It could be like a sweet looking website, or something really silly like how, here's one. I'll see if I can do this really fast. Is it here? Yeah, or this site we did last week, and how Sam Mackey's Vimeo matches his site's background. How sick is this? It's so cool. Like, I remember that right now just talking about this, right? It's so nuts. It actually is the video, right? But anyways, yeah, it could be literally anything as long as you're standing out at all. Give yourself a fighting chance of being remembered, because a lot of people are trying to get people's attention, you know? So, here's saying, if you go into services and go to game audio, that'd be where all the music is. Yeah, I saw you link me like a different page than the home page. It was like / something. Here we go. Yeah, it was this page was sent to me. So this will be our focus, but we'll glance around otherwise too. And there he is. There's Mackie. What's up? All right. So we'll focus here, but we'll I'm gonna glance around first. So yeah, so Matt was saying, oh my god, dude. Case in point. So Matt's saying, good chance I would nope out as soon as I hit an autoplay video on a site. Straight up. Absolutely. Okay, so James was saying there's not a lot under composition yet, since he's yet to have many projects, but would love your input. Okay, great. So we're here. Autoplay infuriates Rio Bucks as well. Rio Bucks, what's up? So you walk into the very beginning. Good to see you. And makeup artist as well. Oh yeah, just make pals with, or probably already knows Gord's wife. Very, very possible. Okay, so autoplay off, man. Let's talk about presentation first, yeah. So we'll take a real quick tour of the site. We often do this kind of thing, like just click through these and see if it actually goes somewhere, and they're not broken. Looks like it's going places. Good. Twitter is relatively active. Excellent. Instagram is relatively active. Sweet. Good stuff, man. And there's a blog spot. Blog. Uh-oh. What do you think, guys? October 16th. It's not that long ago. We've seen worse. But how many posts have you made? Kind of a lot, huh? What's up? Good for you. That's fantastic. Really good. I'm really impressed. This is like the most populated blog we've seen probably ever. And mind you, it's not all in game audio, but regardless, this looks fantastic. It's super unusual for there to be a blog that's actually updated, like relatively frequently. So killer. I'm not gonna read it all right now, obviously, but good that you're doing it at all. That's awesome. Counter, I don't know. This feels pretty like 90s into the aughts, you know? I don't know about that. This is weird to me. I don't know why that's relevant to your clients and potential prospective partners, but I don't know. So, okay, blog was the same page, right? Was it embedded or something? Yeah, the same one. Cool. Counter is very GeoCities. Yeah, very. So just to reiterate what Matt was saying there, with so many options of people to work with, even the little stuff like a video autoplaying can be a big turnoff and means people can turn to someone else. Yeah, it's really important to realize, James, like, I'm not sure what kind of work you're looking to get into, mind you, but let's say, for example, you were looking to score a gig at like a AAA studio, okay? And you applied at, we'll say, Blizzard, because it's often brought up. So you apply at Blizzard, and you want to do like some contract gig they have on their site well, they no doubt have received like hundreds, maybe, of applications. I mean, certainly more than 50, and probably into the hundreds. And if you are an audio director there, and you are tasked with the challenge of parsing through all of these portfolios, how much time do you think you're going to spend on each one? You know, it's not going to be minutes. I can tell you that right now. It'll be minutes, maybe, if in the first 10 seconds you give them a reason for it to be minutes. But if literally, like, the first thing I do this, I go to your page and it's like autoplay, that might turn people off. It might not, but it might. Whereas if it's not playing, it won't by default turn anyone off. So you're just trying to like have that like Venn diagram of all the people that might go to your page and try to hit like as many of them as possible. All right. Okay, so we have a blog, services. I'm gonna skip this for the time being, but our team staff sign in. Yeah, I don't know about this too. Feels a bit amateur to have that face in the public. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, do your staff need to have a link? Can they not just go to like a site with this? All right. Our team. Okay, here we go. Okay, Rose and James. So, James, this background text kind of, I don't know, I don't love it, but that's maybe personal preference. James, like the contrast seems low, you know, like between white and that gray. It's kind of like a light gray. But, James Weeks is an award-winning multi-instrumentalist, composer, and certified sound engineer. Killer. Good for you, James. After working at Universal Records under Diamond album producer Adam H., James and Rose decided to take that level of professionalism and work ethic to the local Vancouver music scene. James strives to take bands to the next level in their career by giving them the tools to present themselves in the most professional light, quickly establishing themselves in the Vancouver music scene as the go-to people. James and Rose have seen bands use their products to promote themselves to venue owners, show promoters, record labels, and more. Killer. That's great. Seems like you've had some success. I mean, with how long your blog is going, with everything you've been posting about, and where you came from. Looks like it's going okay. Good for you. Let's go to your YouTube. I didn't go to your YouTube. Let's see this. Oh, hello. I mouse wheeled by accident. Okay, great. We've got a lot of stuff, actually. Cool. Sick. Oh, what's up, Rio? Rio making some some tough calls here. So, James, your text has no gaps, and Rose's text has gaps. Yeah. Consistent spacing. Get those details in there, you know? Again, like, details aren't going to get you a job, but just the more you miss details, the more you give people the option of thinking or wondering how far that a lack of attention to detail goes, you know? Whereas if you nail all the details, then you don't give anyone a chance to think anything negative. It's a better call no matter what, you know? Okay, and oh yeah, what's up? Full bow below. Yes. The hammer. The warden. So sick. That's awesome. The hammer and the warden. Do you call each other that in your personal relationships? I sure hope so. All right, so let's go to About Us. We read through this too. Cool. Yeah, so it's like kind of a variety of production, right? You're saying. So, yo, Dragon Force, Firewind, Headley, Elisa Strata, Monster Truck, Children of Bodom, Aviator Shades. Cool. Yeah, good stuff, man. Okay. And contact, we got upon request. Why hotmail.ca. That looks a bit amateur as well. I mean, if you have a site, just host it to your site. Hotmail is in my opinion, in my personal opinion, Hotmail doesn't look good on a professional site. So we do, haha. Excellent. Hey, what's up? Andy G. Base. Let's go to the real, yes? So services, Matt agrees on Hotmail. Yeah, could be better. Hasn't aged well, put it that way. Yeah, it was okay for a while, but it's, Wait, is it Andy or Tom? Indeed. We don't know, man. We don't know. Oh, good question. Rio says, do you need the Facebook address there? You have a button. Yeah, get rid of this. Good call, Rio. Very good call. Rio is our our resident what do you call this? Like formatting expert, you know? Yeah, get rid of this. Just you have a link right here. It's super obvious. You might as well. And or like otherwise, why don't you have every other thing here, you know? But anyways. Okay. Share album. Okay. All right, so James Weeks has been composing music ever since high school. Having composed music for his junior and senior band class, he went into scoring films, video games in college. His most recent work has been scoring YouTube videos and small pieces of, capital T, by the way. Capital T, YouTube. Videos and small pieces and loops for independent companies. To the left are some samples of his work in 3 categories. Categories, there's an E here. Below is an interview with the producer for Larpegiverse? I don't know how you say that. Larpegiverse. Sure. Which James scored the music to the game. Wait. Producer for... Below is an interview with the producer for whatever this is, LARP, which James scored the music to the game. This sentence is kind of messed up. For which James scored the music. There you go. For which James scored the music. There you go. Write it like that instead. James scored the live action season video. Okay, right. And if you have any questions or would like to more samples, please contact us at your contact page. This is like, I think you could probably like the general kind of feel I'm getting from your site so far, James. There's a lot of text. There's a lot, and the thing is, you probably can assume that people generally won't read all of it, especially when they have many options out there, which they do. And like this kind of thing, it goes without saying. Like if they have questions, they're gonna get in contact with you. You know, you don't need to tell them to. And just having this here just adds just more busyness to the page. And there's probably a lot to be said for just getting rid of stuff you don't need, just trimming it back. And like Matt says, there's nothing about that text that says I'm into games and do music for games. So it says that you did like video games in college, and that's about it. But it's like it doesn't really say much about like. It doesn't come off special. It comes off kind of like, oh, like Matt says, it comes off as generic, I'm a composer stuff. Like everyone could write something like this, you know? Excuse me. So if you're bothering to put this kind of text there at all, then it could probably be a bit more like specific. Like maybe Matt can give you some ideas of how else you could phrase that. In the meantime, we'll jump in here. So interview with this guy, sure. Overworld theme, boss battle, village theme, great. And this is like just the main. Oh, this is it. This is the page. Okay, cool. So here's the interview that's super long. So why is this here though? Below is an interview with the producer for this game, for which James scored the music. So is it an interview that you conducted with him, or is it just some interview that he did? Like where's this video? Jeff J. Howard demo. Jeffrey John Howard game production demo reel. Andy says the same thing. In my honest opinion, your site is very text heavy. Absolutely. Hey, Ragnarez. What's up? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you and Civic Tiger are the same person, right? Pretty sure. So this is a demo reel for Jeffrey John Howard. The interview is an interview he did, but the only footage of the game is on the internet. Oh. Okay, I understand what you're saying now then. Can you get footage from him? Like, could you just hit him up and say, hey, I'm doing a demo reel. Would you mind giving me like a build of the game so you can capture footage from it, or video of the game to put in your demo reel or whatever? Because this is a very unusual way to link your work, like through what is effectively somebody else's demo reel. It's kind of strange.
Idea what kind of artist we were going to have.
And also, this has nothing that's... Yeah, so the problem is that all the footage is apparently gone. He's now a cook and has nothing. What the really?
Who we were going to have or what we were going to be capable of. So we really had this big change that you did in Glory that we set out for ourselves. All of a sudden.
Well, I mean... That's tough, man. That's a tough spot to be in. The thing is, the topic of like canceled or vanished projects comes up time to time in the game audio scene, as far as in regards to demo reels. Like literally today, we were talking on the game audio Slack about that, and it's it's challenging because you're not sure like what is okay to show sometimes. Like sometimes a game is secret, like NDA, like non-disclosure agreement, right? And then it gets canceled, and it's like, well, does the NDA still apply? Because the public kind of knows that it was in production now, but is now canceled. Or maybe they knew it was in production, but you couldn't show anything of it. But now that it's canceled, it doesn't seem to matter anymore, right? And for things that don't exist anymore, that's even harder, because... Okay, so yeah, this is now interesting, because Matt says putting up someone from someone else's YouTube page is a real dangerous thing. It makes you completely out of control of the narrative. So you saw me. I was confused. I'm like, I don't know why you're showing me this interview. Like, this is... So this page again, so go to your main page again. To the left are samples of work in 3 categories. 3 categories. Are the categories... Overworld, Boss, and Village? I don't see any more categories here. I wouldn't call these categories. Unless they're different songs. Let's have a listen. Let's have a listen first. So here's the thing, James. When your music is presented like this, it almost doesn't matter how good it is, because this doesn't show anything about your aptitude for... We're getting to it, Matt. Let me finish my sentence, okay? This doesn't show anything in regards to your aptitude for putting picture to music or gameplay to music. For example, we were looking at this guy, Harold last week, right? And Harold had some music from his site over some gameplay from other games. And in my opinion, I think it was a poor marriage of the two. Whereas, if I'd heard that music by itself, I'd be like, yeah, cool music. But that didn't give me any idea of what his impression of what gameplay that goes with was. So with this... It says overworld, sure, but like there's a lot of different kinds of overworlds out there, you know? I mean, there's overworlds where it's like, this is the map, and select where you want to go. And there's overworlds like in Zelda, where the whole freaking area is the overworld, right? Or there's like a lot of options for overworlds and what that could mean in a game. So, and even like boss battles, like how many different kinds of bosses out there in the world, right? So having this here is, it's like, it's not nothing, and nothing is obviously worse, but the having it here at all is good, but it's not great, and it won't get you hired. I can tell you that right now. At least it has a very low chance to, because, and this gets to the whole distinction thing, if you're not standing out, then there are others who are, you know? And if others have their music that is, we'll say, as good as yours, or maybe not even as good as yours, if there is context, then people that they don't work in music, that's why they hire you, right? They don't work in music, and they don't really have an idea of listening and being like, oh yeah, good, like good dominant seventh there. They don't think that. They might think, oh, this feels good, but they will absolutely think and feel something if they see something also, because that's what designers and producers know. They look at games and they think this part of the game needs like an intense track, or it needs something that like feels nice. They'll say words like this, right? And it's kind of vague, but that's where you come in and say, well, here's what I think would belong in this shot. So you can take work from other games, like take a game like Fable 3 or something, and then, like this as a completely arbitrary random example from my head, take Fable 3 and put this music on a part of the game you think would work really well. And that would be a much better approach to showing your music than this. And then for that reel, like do a reel that's a video, like a minute long, and has clips from various games or the same game, but various is probably better as far as showing a variety of capability. And just have like a uncut section of gameplay for like 15 seconds or 30 seconds or something, or 20, and then crossfade to a new game and show more music, and then crossfade again, show more music. And that'll show your interest in the games, in gaming in general. It'll show your aptitude for linking your visuals to your music, or any visuals to your music. And it'll show a lot more just kind of understanding of what's probably more expected or more effective and more helpful for somebody who's looking to hire you, because that's what your competitors will probably have on their site. So anyways, well, I mean, this is okay. I don't really want to comment on like the quality of the music that much, because it's like, this isn't really helpful very much. But yeah, so Riobucks, I'm going to come back to you as well, Matt, for a second here, but Riobucks mentioned that, could you not rip this video and, like, how much gameplay is in this video? Not like a ton, eh? But there's some. Let's have a look at here. So there's some gameplay starting like here or so. 55 team members. 55 plus team members? What? What is this game? There was 55 team members and there's no video of this game out there?
The very beginning in production, when we had our designers and the pro really see what we could do. And
so here's some gameplay starting here. 57 seconds. We have how much?
Were, because we didn't know. Right up until the first day of production, we had no idea what kind of artists we were going to have, who we were going to have, or what we were going to be capable of. So we really had to change everything all of a sudden. And, you know, all the best laid plans that we had in this golden path of glory that we set out for ourselves, all of a sudden had to be changed again. And, you know, no one tells you it's going to happen, and all of a sudden it happens, and you're like, really? All that work you have to do again. And a wise man by Mr. Coburn told me that this is really what the way the production is. You set up a timeline, you set up a path, and then
that's like 28 seconds of that game.
And something
that's not bad. And then over here we have
all of a sudden has this
nothing else. So you have 28 seconds. You could like zoom in here, maybe it would look like shit, but you could do it. Like, I'm just trying to make the best of what's obviously a pretty unfortunate situation, right? So I'll go with what Matt says here. So Matt says, music only gives no context of your ability. Music only gives no context of your ability to work with gameplay / picture, which is really, really important. Lots of great composers can't work with picture and can't tell if your taste matches up with what I think goes with the game style. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, super important. We have the same. It comes up semi-frequently on Real Talk, James. Like we'll have people that have like a SoundCloud reel, and it's like it's not that engaging because that's what it is. The music might be like freaking great, but it doesn't matter because it's just not engaging to a viewer. You're there, like press play, and you sit back and just do nothing, and now only your ears are engaged, not your eyes as well. So it's like it's a presentation thing too, right? Um, hey, cheers, Toothless Grim. What's up? Good to see you. Thanks for rolling in. That Slack emote. I love that guy. Okay. Big volume difference. Is there? Let's have a listen. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, just in terms of mastering as well, like I will say that so Matt said the volume is a thing. It's also like instrumentation and style seem like they're for different games. These two are more similar, but this one's kind of like I guess it was like a Zelda, like kind of a tongue-in-cheek, or like more playful kind of medieval game. Then this could be like a village theme. It's a very pleasant kind of thing. But then into this, yeah, like the style is like really, that's really roomy as A. It's super roomy and more distant, and Village is like right in your face. They seem like they're kind of mastered in different ways. And if you're putting it like this, then all we have is visual or is audio. So it demands a lot of specificity in terms of that kind of detailing, you know. But even then, I wouldn't recommend having only this. Okay. So ripping what footage you can and putting the right music over would possibly be the only way you can present what you did on that. Yeah, totally. It's the only way you could do it. And I think you probably could. I don't think the guy would mind, would he? I mean, it's a college project. Are you as entitled to that as everyone else is, or as he is? Would he complain if you were like, "Hey, I'm taking this video using like some online ripping service, or just capturing it with Fraps or something like that, and drop it in there?" But yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I can't tell if this is made for this. Because this isn't explicitly saying so. It says to the left are some samples. Okay. Below is an interview. Okay. But this seems like it's even a break here. There's like a break between these two sentences. So it seems like these are two different thoughts. And saying you scored live action scenes is great, but are they in here?
Thorzak, you and your men have been ordered by the Dark Magister, the High Chancellor, to relinquish
Or going
your
full screen
weapons
here.
and come with us peaceably.
What'll you do if we don't come peacefully?
Doom!
Why is it always doom?
Well, it could be destruction! I like that.
Okay, I can't watch this. I don't have 7 minutes to spare. Yeah, like, fine, I guess, but this doesn't help you. This kind of thing is kind of a fun thing to, like, share with people once you're more established. And be like, look at this silly thing I did. But this kind of thing isn't going to help your professional image. And the thing is, your site generally is. Most things are. There's small details like the GeoCities style counter and the Hotmail address and stuff that aren't great, but in general, this page is like presented pretty well. But this isn't great. This screams student, and you don't want to do that. You want to like be faking. Like even if you are at that level, you can totally fake being at a higher level, and you should. The whole fake it till you make it, right? No problem. Okay, so we kind of skipped around as far as the criteria go a little bit. But presentation-wise, Yeah, the site's like it's pretty wordy. You could probably kill some of your text off, like leave only what's important. And the thing is, you might be hard pressed. You might be hard pressed getting game audio work when it's kind of like this is kind of buried in your page right now. You know. What's up, Cheddar? Good to see you. Oli Geeks and Pocket Watch both hosting. Yeah, cheers. Thanks to both you guys, naturally. Like, this is pretty buried. We got photography, cinematography, audio production, instrumental production, film composition, makeup and effects. Like, you're kind of a one-stop shop, which is fine. But right now, it seems like this is kind of a, oh, and also, I guess, you know? And not as much a, this is an important branch of what we do. And I realize and acknowledge that you said you're trying to get into it. But I think if you want to have a real shot at it, and you're serious about that, you could probably stand to emphasize it more on your site and put more effort into kind of bringing it up to the same level as everything else is. And obviously you can't like just suddenly have a ton of credits on video games, but you can present it in the same kind of professional manner that you're presenting everything else, you know. But I don't know. It really depends on if you're serious about this kind of thing. Because it seems like you've done a lot of good stuff for everything else on your site, music-wise, music production and recording and such. But yeah, it's a challenge certainly. I mean, it's almost worth having like a separate page that's like, this is my game audio thing. Because the thing is, to be completely frank, and this is not boastful at all, if someone goes to your site, and we'll go to your homepage and we'll make your video stop. Oh my god, I can't even click it. We'll stop your video. So if they go here, and then they go here, like which one do you think a game producer is going to want to go with? Just instantly. And it's not because we are objectively better than you. It's not that at all. It's that we have a site that's like, we do game audio, you know? And if they're making a game, whereas yours says we do like a ton of stuff. If you present all these things equally and one of them... But look at this. So I click services and games isn't even here. Like photography, video, audio production, makeup and effects. Like games isn't even here right now. So people are going to wonder like, well, are they serious about games? So it's like if there was game audio here.
1% bitches.
What's that? Oh, 1% bitches. Kentony, of course. That's from Action Hank. The fact that it's not even here, James, is probably an issue. So I'd address that. Okay. I don't mean to be being like, oh, like we're better than you are. Of course not. But the fact is, people will think like that. You got to think in terms of what people's thought process might be when they arrive at your site. So Matt says, was a bit jumping since it's not a straight up reel like we're used to. Honestly, I wouldn't be looking to this for game work, as I usually want to focus people that are all about one thing. There's a lot of stuff you do, which is great, but as Kev is saying, the game part doesn't seem to have gotten the same attention as the rest of the things you do. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it may be worth having like Hammer game audio or something like that, or like Hammer whatever, Hammer Games, Hammer game production, or something, you know, something like this, that makes more sense probably to have something separate entirely. Because the thing is, people that it makes sense to have many things on one page if they're under the same umbrella. Excuse me. Like if I go to a printing site's page and ban Hammer Audio, damn, very good, Andy. If I go to like some like printer's page, like printing studio that does business cards and t-shirts and whatever, like they probably do like a ton of different stuff, but it's all like under the same umbrella of design and production and so forth, right? Whereas this stuff, I don't think many of your photography clients would also be looking for like game composition. There probably is some overlap as far as like the Venn diagram goes, but it's not going to be extensive. And the fact that it's not going to be extensive can probably be justification for having a separate site entirely. Anyways. Okay, so if you do want to hit us up again, like once you have more of a kind of a traditional like video reel 1 minute with some visuals and some of your work put to the visuals, and if you don't have work to put to the visuals, then make some work to put to the visuals. That's just what you have to do. Then yeah, feel free to get in touch again. But yeah, right now it's definitely not helping a whole lot for that kind of thing. What is this? What are you? A download link. This scares me. Download a full list of services. Was this it? Any file. What is this thing? What are you? JPEG. Am I downloading a JPEG? What? James, what is this? What are you showing me? Whoa. I have no idea what this is. It's a handbill. It's old and left on. Yeah, fix that. Cool. And like I like your site. Your site's pretty attractive, and I can find my way around it really easily. The EST is nice. That looks really kind of professional. The text is nice. Looks kind of like a bit like new media-ish. Like some news sites kind of have this thing going on. I like it. It's attractive. Just kill this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave here. Thank you very much, James. Thank you so much. Spent a bit longer talking about fundamentals there a bit. So we'll take a bit longer as well for